What's up guys, Doug Polk here, and today we're going to be talking about an exciting new announcement from PokerStars. But before we do that, I want to get some feedback from you. What are your thoughts on the way PokerStars has handled itself this year? I mean, look, there's been some bad news and there's been some other news, but I want to know what you think. So, if you're angry about the changes Stars has made this year and you're not a fan of what's happened, hit that like button. But if you think Stars is actually doing a pretty good job, and you know what, they've had some tough times, but overall you like the new exciting promotions, then hit that like button. Okay, so what is this exciting announcement from PokerStars? And the answer is a brand new game type. Don't worry, this video will explain everything.
You Beat the Clock by PokerStars. All the excitement of poker condensed into just 5 minutes. Survive those 5 minutes, you win money, guaranteed. Beat the Clock by PokerStars.
Okay, so we got Gears, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lions, right? Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo again. Okay. All right. I have no fucking idea what's going on. That video didn't really say much of anything. In fact, there was only even poker on the screen for 10 or 15% of the video. Luckily, here at Poker Hands Productions, we have access to technology that can freeze a video down to a single frame. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? There's no raise bar. Is this limit? So I did a little investigative journalism and found an article that actually tells us what Beat the Clock is, because really, we don't know anything from that video clip. There's poker or something apparently, and we can safely assume it's actually going to be no limit. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the game type actually is so we can further investigate. Beat the Clock games each last 5 minutes with 1 minute levels, at the end of which the surviving players' winnings are directly proportionate to the amount of chips they have when the time runs out. In other words, the payouts resemble what happens at the end of a cash game, with chips being directly converted into cash, unlike in tournaments. Okay, I'm finally getting it. Are you familiar with the saying, reinventing the wheel? Well, this is nothing like that. The first minute, which generally means just a few hands, does permit some post-flop poker, as in the deep stack early levels of an MDT. Although many players won't try to get too fancy given the starting stacks are only 12.5 big blinds. Nothing says post-flop play like 12.5 big blinds. It really does remind you of the early stages of a tournament. Then the final minute might be thought of as a late stage in a poker tournament, though not a final table. Here you'll find many big and medium stacks playing as though they are jockeying for position at a final table, which in this case never arrives. I'm not familiar with too many late stages in a tournament that don't result in you already having cashed. So let's go for some real talk about this format for a little bit, because it seems pretty ridiculous to me. For starters, this really isn't a tournament or a sit and go at all. It's just a cash game disguised as a tournament. There are antes, so it's an anti-cash game, and it's a cap short stacked anti-cash game. But this is a cash game, make no mistake. You get the chips that you have at the end. And in fact, really what this looks like to me is a miniature version of the cage on ACR, except that was as a high roller, where you bought in for either $1 or $2 or $5,000, and you got that in chips, and then whatever you had at the end, you cashed out. This is that exact same concept, so this really isn't anything new to online poker. Adding in the 5 minute element does make it a new variation, but I also think the 5 minute thing makes this really stupid. I mean, you're starting off with 12.5 big blinds, there's no chance for edge, and yeah, you'll get to play more hands because it's Zoom, but at the same time, it's 5 minutes, and you're going to be raked like 5 or 10%. It's hard to really see this being a beatable game type for many people. I'm sure that it'll end up being kind of soft because it'll get more recreational players that really want to play with Cristiano Ronaldo. But at the same time, this is PokerStars making another move to try and lower your edge. PokerStars wants formats where you can't really win, because then everyone pays to the house and the worst players have a better chance of cashing and continue to play games. So this just seems like another move to lower the ability of people to be able to play in games that they can make money, and to keep the recreational players safe in these games that pros essentially can't beat them.
Survive those 5 minutes, you win money, guaranteed.
So at the end of the game, your chips are directly converted into cash based on the prize pool, meaning you can lose money if you end with less chips than you began the tournament with. But wait, I thought I remember something.
You win money, guaranteed, guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Oh, I get it. So you don't win profit, you win money, guaranteed. In my opinion, that's kind of a scummy move. Look, I understand marketing, I understand advertising, you got to get people in. But saying you win guaranteed makes it sound like you're supposed to win a bunch of money, like, you know, you've gotten your buying back and now you win profit. Saying you win when you can have lost money is just not true. This is not really true. It's just a way they're going to phrase it that is a little bit ambiguous, but really is hinting at you're going to for sure win. Look, guys, honestly, as someone that's been moving over from being a poker player into more promotion and marketing and videos and all this stuff, I think it's one thing to say things in a positive way, to try and get people in the door, to try and say stuff that gets you more clicks, gets people to do what you want. I understand that stuff, and unfortunately, the way the world works is that those things work, those tactics work. But there's a very clear line, and the line is what you're saying a lie? And when you say you win cash guaranteed, when, yes, you win cash guaranteed, but it's not equal to your buy-in if you're under the stack that you started with, I have a problem with that, because you don't have to mislead your customers to provide a good product that you can sell to people that provides them value and entertainment. You don't have to do that. So I'm a little disappointed in the wording here, and I do think that this is very unfair for the players that want to play. And I guess this is just, you know, another thing in the book of things that PokerStars has done that have been questionable to me. I mean, this format obviously hurts pros. This marketing is obviously a little bit over the line. It just doesn't really seem to end, and I can only imagine what the future has in store. However, there are some other exciting game types that we saw earlier this year.
Got in trouble.
What are you going to do?
Oh. Whoever wins this hand wins the duel.
Please.
Let's see the rematch.
You know what the best thing about that game type was? How intense the music was. What? It was a good joke. I did a little thinking about this new game type in ways that they could try and make it better and try and improve on the premise, because it definitely needs some tweaking. And the number one thing that comes to your mind when you think about this game type is that it's just too slow. Who has 5 minutes to spend playing poker? Frankly, I think they can really change this format and get things moving. That's why I'm introducing the new format, Minutemen. Want the intense action of a tournament, but you just don't have the stamina? Well, there's a new game in town, and I bet you'll only last a minute. Minuteman has all the features that poker fans need. Lions, clocks, dolphins, statues, yeah, and Cristiano Ronaldo, rotary saws, monkeys, ceramic pottery, belt sanders, chips, and cards. Have I mentioned Cristiano Ronaldo? You're gonna win a fortune playing this. Ronaldo guarantees it.
Results may not actually be guaranteed.
Here's your chance to get on the pitch with Cristiano Ronaldo and get off in 1 minute. Chin up, soldier. We've got a war to win. Subscribe now and join the army. Also, I always go through all of your comments. Let me know what you think about this new PokerStars game type.